What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another one. If you were new to the channel, I am Gold Pony, and today we are in the new 2019 Audi A4, courtesy of Sun Motor Cars in Mechanicsburg, PA. But so we are in this one today because I woke up this morning, it was 10 degrees out, ton of snow on the ground. I figured, what better car to drive in the snow than an Audi with the Quattro all-wheel drive system? So without further ado, let's start with pricing. And so there will be a few different trim levels available for the 2019 Audi A4. First one being the Premium, that is going to start at $37,400. Then the Premium Plus, which is the one we have today, that one starts at $42,900. And lastly, the Prestige, that starts at $46,200. But so then when it comes to the power plant on the A4, there's actually two different engine setups for this one. The standard engine setup is going to come from a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, putting out 188 horsepower at 4,200 RPM and 236 pound-feet of torque available at around 1,400 RPM. Power is going to be sent to the front wheels with that engine setup through a 7-speed dual clutch with paddle shifters. And with that one, 0 to 60 time is going to come in at approximately 7.1 seconds, with MPG numbers coming in at 27 in the city, 34 on the highway. But then there is the optional engine setup, once again a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, but with this one, power output is going to be cranked up to 248 horsepower at 5,000 RPM, 273 pound-feet of torque available at 1,600 RPM. Power for this engine setup is going to be sent to all 4 wheels through Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system, and that power again sent to the ground through a 7-speed dual clutch, giving you a 0 to 60 time approximately 5.6 seconds, with MPG numbers coming in at 23 in the city, 34 on the highway. And by the way, if you were interested in that engine setup, simply add $4,600 to any of those prices I previously said. But so that before we do any kind of accelerations in the A4, I did want to mention the drive modes, or as Audi calls them, Drive Select. That button is going to be located just underneath the climate control options there, but that is going to give you comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. And what do you say, let's put it in dynamic mode here. And basically what those driving modes are actually going to do is adjust the throttle response, the shift points, and the steering sensitivity as well. And we'll get a little more into that later, but for now, I think it is time. Let's do a quick little acceleration in this 2019 Audi A4, and let's see how quickly we can get this one here up to speed. Definitely a very nice acceleration, and the paddle shifters also tested out during that. They are lightning quick. That is one thing I have always loved about Audi. The paddle shifters have amazing response times when you hit them. Definitely a quite nice acceleration in the 2019 A4. And so, but then to go along with that acceleration, braking is equally important. And so the brake setup is actually going to differ slightly depending on the engine setup that you go with. For that 188 horsepower engine, you're going to get 12.4-inch ventilated front discs. In the back, 11.8-inch solid rear discs. But if you go with the 248 horsepower engine setup, that is going to bump you up to 13.3-inch ventilated front discs and 13-inch ventilated rear discs. So you're going to get slightly more braking power with the larger engine setup, which makes sense. So figured I'd mention that. And so far in my short test drive today, the braking feel is definitely quite nice. There's no delays to the pedal or anything like that. But so then touching on suspension and handling a little bit, first thing I wanted to mention to you guys is when you do put it in that dynamic driving mode, the steering feel definitely tightens up, so it more instantly points you in the direction that you want to go. Gotta love that. But so up front, you will find a 5-link independent steel spring suspension. In the back, exact same thing. And I did want to mention there is a sport package that adds an additional $750, but that's going to give you a little firmer tuning. Also lowers the ride height by 23 millimeters, and it gives you some sport seats as well if you're interested. But as far as the ride quality goes, I have had absolutely no issues. A4 definitely rides quite nice, especially on these somewhat punishing Pennsylvania roads with snow on them in random places today, so no issues there. Cabin noise or lack thereof is also very nice. Not a whole lot of exterior wind noise coming into the cabin, so that is definitely on point. And when it comes to visibility, this is the A4, so it is going to have better visibility than, let's say, the A5 Sportback with the more fastback-like design. So visibility is definitely very nice with the A4. And I did want to also mention with that visibility is if you decided to go with the Prestige Quattro all-wheel drive setup, you will get a head-up display as well. So when it comes to forward visibility, therefore, you're going to be able to keep your eyes on the road much better because it's going to be illuminated onto your windshield. So you're going to have that speed limit and the speed that you were currently going illuminated up there, so you can better keep your eyes on the road. But Enough with the driving dynamics, you guys. Let's check out the exterior of this 2019 Audi A4. And so now taking a look up front, in the center there, you will find that Audi single frame front grille with the Quattro designation if you went that route. To the side, Xenon Plus headlights with LED daytime running lights will come standard, and they will actually come with the automatic feature as well, meaning when it starts to get dark out, the headlights will turn on automatically for you, so you don't have to worry about that. LED headlights will come with the Premium Plus trim level and up. So therefore, that is what you are looking at right now. Then make your way to the side, you will find power adjustable heated side mirrors with integrated turn signals. Looking down at the wheel setup, they will come sized up at 17 inches, and they will be 5-spoke alloy wheels with a Premium, and then 18-inch double 5-spoke alloys if you go with the Premium Plus or Prestige. Make your way to the back, you will find an integrated rear spoiler back there along with LED taillights and rear fog lights just below them, and just below all of that there is dual exhaust outlets with chrome tips, so you guys know what we have to do next. As always, here is that exhaust clip. So, but now since we are around back, to open that rear hatch, there is a button on the key fob, so simply press that if you like. But if you go with the Premium Plus trim level and up, it is actually a hands-free trunk. So if your hands are full with groceries or other things, you don't actually have to take the key out of your pocket. Just get close enough to the trunk there. But once opened up, cargo capacity is going to come in at an even 13 cubic feet. And taking a look in the cargo area, you will find cargo tie-down hooks along with grocery hooks as well, and netting on the right side there. But if all of that was not enough space for you, there is a 40-20-40 split, meaning the rear seats do fold down for quite a bit of extra space if you needed it there. Then make your way to the rear legroom. That comes in at 35.7 inches. So for reference, I'm even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I have back there. Did want to also mention, standard is 3-zone climate control. So yeah, driver and passenger can set their own temperature, but rear passengers is its own zone, so they can set their own temperature back there as well. That's definitely pretty nice. And of course, for those rear passengers back there, they will get an armrest with cup holders as well. But then make your way to the front seats. Leather seating will come standard on every single trim level, and there will be 8-way power adjustable front seats with power lumbar as well, and heated for both driver and passenger. Taking a look at the steering wheel, it is tilt and telescoping, and again, it will come leather wrapped for every single trim level. And then when it comes to the startup, let me first start by showing you guys the key here. You do have your lock, unlock, and that button to pop the rear hatch, and the key does have a heavier weight to it as well, so a very high-end key, if you will. But nonetheless, once inside, all you need to do is simply put your foot on the brake and press the engine start button, which is located just by the driver's right knee there. And then once started up, if you were looking for that Audi virtual cockpit, that is going to come with the Premium Plus all-wheel drive and up, and that is what we have today. So definitely an amazing gauge setup there. And by the way, to control what is on that gauge setup, since it is all digital after all, there are steering wheel mounted controls on the left side there. So of course you have your tachometer and speedometer and a digital speedometer as well, but you can also check out your average miles per gallon. You can check out your radio settings, but perhaps my favorite part about that Audi virtual cockpit is the navigation you can check out up there. You can check it out in a smaller kind of screen, or if you press the view button on the steering wheel there, that is going to illuminate the navigation across basically the full gauge setup up there, and that is what I love about Audi's virtual cockpit right there. But nonetheless, let's make our way to overall interior quality here. HomeLink controls will come standard for every single trim level, so you got your garage door openers, ambient LED interior lighting, again standard across all trims, as well as an auto dimming rear view mirror and a power sunroof as well. Again, this is all standard across everything there. But perhaps the first thing I noticed when I got in this particular A4 is the texturized wood grain trim throughout this one. For instance, just to the right of the shifter, you got it there, but also on the doors, and it ties its way into just above the dash as well with the Quattro lettering. But anyways, this is an Audi, so the fit and finish is definitely on point. But now let's make our way to the tech display. There is a 7-inch color touchscreen display that comes with the Premium and Premium Plus. If you go with the Prestige trim level, however, that will bump that screen size up to 8.3 inches. Again, still color touchscreen. Either way, you will get Bluetooth and audio streaming, as well as Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, meaning if you have a smartphone, simply hook it up to the A4 and you have free navigation up on that screen, as well as the ability to like and dislike your Pandora songs up there. You can also check out, of course, your radio settings up there. And since I mentioned it, when it comes to the sound system for the Premium Premium, you will get a 10-speaker Audi sound system. For the Premium Plus and Prestige, however, that will bump that sound system up to 19 speakers, and there will be a Bang & Olufsen sound system with 755 watts. And so I think you guys know what we have to do next here. Let's turn on the radio, see what we got playing this morning, and let's test out the clarity of this one. Bass is ridiculous on the A4. You could definitely feel that. It's like massaging seats almost. It was so nice. But yeah, more than enough clarity. Bass again is totally crazy, so absolutely no issues with the sound system here. But so then last thing on the tech display I wanted to mention is when you do put the A4 in reverse, you will find a rear view camera for every single trim level, letting you know who or what is behind you. And in addition to that, there is a top view camera if you go with the Prestige all-wheel drive as well, so you can see what's in front of you and to the sides as well if you wanted to. But either way, that is going to lead me into safety. And so to start, there are front, side, and side curtain airbags. In the back, there is latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for the rear car seats. Also back there, rear child door locks. Tire pressure monitoring system will also come standard. Premium Plus trim level is going to add Audi side assist with Audi Presense rear, and the Prestige is going to add Audi Presense City and Presense Basic. And what that's going to do is help detect other vehicles and pedestrians, and it can also initiate emergency braking at speeds up to 50 miles per hour as well. And so, but that is about it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Feel free to follow me on social media at the bottom of the screen there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay gold.